Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Kwame. In today's video, I'm basically going to show you guys how to calculate the proof of funds, or what Home Affairs refers to as showing the evidence of financial capacity. If you are thinking of migrating to Australia on a student visa, or you are thinking of coming here on a tourist visa, showing the evidence of financial capacity is one of the documents you need to show, and make sure you calculate that properly to increase your chance of you getting your visa granted. I've had a lot of queries in regards to this, so I just thought to switch on my camera and bring you guys this tutorial. Before we get into this, please know that I'm not a registered migration agent, so please use any advice in this video as general advice only. Also, if today is the first time you're coming on this channel, please show some love by clicking on that subscribe button so you do not miss out when I release any updated video. I'll see you guys on the other side. So why do we need to show proof of funds? So showing proof of funds basically means, for example, let's say if you are coming to study in Australia, this will basically show Home Affairs that you'll be able to fund your tuition fee. You also be able to live comfortably in Australia. Okay, so that's the main reason behind this. And let's say if you're coming to Australia on a tourist visa, showing your proof of funds basically means you'll be able to fund your trip, fund your accommodation, living expenses once you get into Australia. So that's the whole idea in regards to this, where you need to make sure you calculate the amount that is needed so you can have at least that amount in your bank account to show as proof of funds. Once we are done with the calculations, of course, I'm going to show you guys who is eligible to sponsor you as a student. Yeah, so not anyone can be your sponsor. You need to nominate someone that is related to you. When we finish the calculations, I'll also share that information with you guys, so please do not go anywhere. I'll share my screen now. Okay guys, so I'm on the Home Affairs website, and this is the document evidence list. Okay, this list is basically for those that are in level 2 and 3 countries. So let's say most people in Africa, you need to provide all these documents when you are thinking of coming to study here. So one of it here is the evidence of financial capacity. Okay, so when we go into details, it's going to give us the sort of evidence they need. So you must provide evidence that you have enough funds to cover your, so one is travel cost, the other one is 12 months of living expenses, so which is 1 year living expenses. The other is your tuition fees for you and your family members. So if you are traveling with your spouse and your dependent children, you need to also make sure you provide the tuition fees for them too. Okay, and the school costs for any school age dependents. So if you have kids that are like over 5 years, you need to also show proof of funds that you'll be able to send them to school. So this is basically what we'll be looking at. I've got an Excel here, okay, to make the calculation very easy, and I'll take you guys through this now. Okay guys, so now let's say a student from Nigeria is coming to study Masters of Engineering in Australia. Okay, so Masters of Engineering, and they are targeting NSW, and they are targeting Western Sydney University. So I've got Western Sydney University here. This program goes for 104 weeks, which is 2 years, and the estimated cost to study this program for the whole 2 years is 73,976. So now when we come back to the Excel, for the proof of funds, we calculate based on 1 year. So you just need to show evidence of financial capacity for 1 year. So the tuition fee, when I come back here, since this is for the whole 2 years, we need to divide the amount we have here into 2. Okay, so we can get the yearly cost to study Masters of Engineering at Western Sydney University. So basically, I'll just copy this amount here. Okay, so when I come to the calculator, 73973 divided by 2. Okay, so this divided by 2, we have 36988, 36,988. I'll go to my Excel. So the first item is tuition fees for 1 year. Okay, so one person coming to study, and they need to show proof of funds of 36,988. Most times people will minus the amount of money they've already paid for the first semester fee, or to get issued, what do you call it, the COE. But I don't do that, okay? So just leave it as this. Now, once we finish with that, we need to go to the living expenses. We also need to show proof of funds for the living expenses. Now, from the 10th of May this year, the amount to show for the living expenses has gone up. Let me quickly bring out this. Okay, so when we come here, increase to the financial capacity requirement for students and student guardian visas. Yeah, so there's a table here. I'm going to leave the link in the description section below for you guys. Okay, so before the 10th of May 2024, for the primary applicants, they needed to show 24,505 as proof of funds for the living expenses, but that has gone up. So now they need to show 29,710 as proof of funds for the living expenses. If the applicant is coming with their partner, so with their spouse or de facto partner, okay, so if you have your wife coming with you or your husband coming with you, then you also need to show an additional funds of 10,394. If you have a dependent child coming with you, you need to show 4,449. Okay, we also need to show an annual school cost. So let's say if your dependent is less than is over 5 years, they need to start school. So you also need to show 13,502 for school cost. Okay, so we'll go back to the Excel and I'll copy this and I'm going to put it here. So let's say for the main applicant, which is you, okay, you need to show you have at least 29,710 as your proof of funds. Most times, most people want to come with their family. So if you are coming with your family, then just know that you'll be showing a lot of money as proof of funds, which can be difficult for especially people that are coming from Africa, where I'm from. Okay, so what I advise people is, even if you want to come and study here and you want your family to join you here, you first come as an international student. Once you've started your course, you are studying, you have your accommodation, you have your part-time job, and you've settled down, then you apply for your family to come and join you. That's the best way to go in regards to this. But if you want to come with them all together at once, which I do not recommend, you need to show a lot of proof of funds. So let's say this student is single and they are coming by themselves. So the tuition fee for 1 year, the living expenses for 1 year, and now the travel cost. Okay, so how much is going to cost them to buy the plane tickets one way to Australia? If you are coming from West Africa, the average is around 3,000 Australian dollars. Okay, if you are coming from, I think, East South, it's around 2,500. Yeah, so you need to make sure you also add 3,500 here. So now for the applicants, okay, from Nigeria to come and study Masters of Engineering in at Western Sydney University, they need to show proof of funds of 66,698 Australian dollars, equivalent in Naira or equivalent in Ghana cedis, or equivalent in your home country's money. Yeah, does that make sense? So this is how much they need to show. Now, let's say he's married, he wants to bring his partner and also his dependent. We also need to add the others. So I'll quickly do the calculation for you. So let's say if his spouse, which is wife, okay, so one, they need to also show more proof of funds. So I'll quickly show you that. Yep, so spouse, they need to show extra 10,394. I'll go back to the Excel and I'm going to put that here. So assuming they only have one wife, okay, if they've got any dependent child, so let's say they've got one child, okay, they also need to show extra 4,449. So I'll come here and I'm going to put this. Yep, and if your child is over 5 years old, you also need to show proof of funds for school fees because he needs to attend school, and that's 13,502. And for the travel cost, it's not just going to be one person, it's going to be 4 people altogether, including yourself. So 4, and now that goes up. Let's say if you've got 2 kids, okay, so the child needs to change to 2 and the school fees needs to change to 2. See, so if you're coming to study in Australia and you want to bring your family, the proof of funds is going to go really high, and I know that's going to be really difficult for most of you guys to show, okay, as proof of funds. So again, I'll highly recommend you guys come alone. So if you want to come and study in Australia and you've got family, please try and come by yourself. Oh, okay, so I think I made a mistake in the first one. I didn't add the quantity. Okay, so this student will be looking at 69,698 as proof of funds. So this is how to calculate the proof of funds. You need to show this in your local currency before applying for your visa. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to comment below and I'll be there to help you guys out. And there you go, guys. I hope that was straightforward. So if you're someone that is thinking of coming to study in Australia, or you are trying to apply for your tourist visa and you need help, just let me know. I'm going to leave my email on the screen now and also in the description section below. Just shoot me an email, and if I'm able to help you, of course, I'm going to assist you with the process. So now, who is eligible to sponsor, let's say, a student to come and study in Australia? So the people that can sponsor you needs to be related to you. So your mom, your dad, your grandparents, your brother, your sister, your uncle, your auntie. These people can sponsor you. Okay, so what sort of documents do you show as proof of funds? So once you nominate someone to sponsor you, or once one of your family members agree to sponsor you, this can be one person or 2 people. Okay, we need to combine their documents to show the amount they need to provide, or they need to show as proof of funds. So let's say with our brother that is coming to study Masters of Engineering, let's say if his dad wants to sponsor him, his dad can show bank statements, and the bank statements need to show the equivalent amount, which was the 69,698 Australian dollars. They need to show something equivalent in naira. Let's say they are not able to show all that amount. They are able to show, let's say, 50,000 Australian dollars in naira. Okay, they can show that using a liquid asset. So when I say liquid assets, bank statements. So you provide a bank statement. I mostly prefer not less than 6 months bank statements. Okay, and you shouldn't just straight away go and dump money in the bank statement. It needs to be a consistent bank statement with money going in and money coming out. Once you've showed the bank statement of your sponsor, you also need to show the source of income. How did your sponsor get that money into that bank statement? If they are working in company ABC, you need to show pay slips, employment offer letter, and the rest, and other documents to show that your sponsor is working, and that's how your sponsor got that money in his bank account. If your sponsor owns his own business, show business registration, what they call a certificate, business registration document to show how much ownership he has in that so and so business. We also need tax clearance, okay, to make sure that he doesn't owe any tax in Nigeria or Ghana. Okay, and he's been paying his tax, and also need to show documents that the business is still running, if that makes sense. Yeah. So once they've showed the bank statements, they've showed the proof of funds, and let's say the funds is still not equivalent to the $69,698 we're looking for, now we can use non-liquid assets. So when I say non-liquid asset, if your sponsor got, let's say, like a land in his name, we can use documents from the land and also the evaluation of that land. So let's say if that land is equivalent to, let's say, 20,000 Australian dollars, you need to get someone to do that. So we add the evaluation plus the documents of the land. Another way is house. Let's say if your sponsor got his own house, okay, we can use documents from that house and also evaluation of that house as proof of funds to support your bank statement. Okay, if they don't have that and they've got other assets, we can use that to support your bank statement. Yes, it's required for you to show something liquid. You cannot just show non-liquid assets like your house and your land and use just that to prove the funds. No, you also need to show something liquid. And the only way to show this is by using your bank statement. So your bank statement plus a source of income plus non-liquid assets, documents from non-liquid assets, you can add all this together and show as proof of funds. I hope I'm making sense here. Yes, it can be a little bit tricky, and that's where you always need someone to guide you through the process. Again, if you need my assistance, I'm ready to help. Just shoot me an email. Okay, I'll leave the email in the screen now, or go to the description section and just send me an email. And if I'm able to help you, of course I'm going to help you. If I can't, I'll pass you to the right person to assist you. My name is Kwame. Please show some love and click on that subscribe button so you do not miss out on my next video. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye bye.